Whitney.
And I'm Megan.
And we're Wegan.
Wegan. So, lots of people have been asking us to record a video of how we met. Seems people obviously finding us now and they're like, what is this girl from Hawaii doing with a girl from England? So I thought we'd tell you. Right, baby?
Correct. Okay, well, it all started back in 2000 and... Was it 6 or 7?
I think it was 6, but I don't really remember.
2006-ish. I think it was almost 2007. It was like December 2006. I was living in Hawaii, but I went home to see my family in Kentucky. And due to the time difference and the jet lag, I was up really late one night. And it was back when MySpace was really popular. And it was okay to add random people, and it was not creepy at all. So one day I just was curious what girls in England were up to, because I've always had a thing for British girls. Mm-hmm. My entire life. Like, I've just been fascinated by it, and I think it's the accent. I don't know. I was drawn to it. So I just wanted to see what they were up to, and I had a hard time, like, searching the postcode because they have letters in their zip code. I was like, so it took me a while. And then I finally, after all that effort, the first page I come on, there's Megan's profile. I clicked on it. I'm like, oh, she's cute, she's feminine, she's pretty. She was the best looking one out of the bunch. So I added her, and then she messaged me, and she was all bubbly, and added me on MSN, and we kind of started chatting. But the moral of that story is, if I wouldn't have been up that night and clicked on Megan, I wouldn't be here today. Like, my whole life would be incredibly different.
Yep.
Like, just that one click changed my life forever.
And what's really bad is I don't really remember it.
And she doesn't remember it.
So she has this whole story of finding me on MySpace.
But I wasn't set out, I didn't think I was going to find, like, my wife. No. I was just, I remember, curiosity.
Yeah, I remember some pretty blonde lesbian from Hawaii added me, so I thought that was pretty cool, and I never thought I'd ever meet her because she lived in Hawaii.
I was 18 at the time as well.
You were a baby.
I was a baby.
So I'm a year younger. I'm not. I'm a year older, so not that much older. Yeah, so she remembers trying to talk to me on MSN. Apparently I went on webcam. My memory is so awful. I don't actually.
And she would leave her MSN signed in all the time and not know it. And then I thought she was ignoring me. So I was like...
No, MSN days. Do you remember that? That was like so long ago. MySpace and MSN. That's how old this story is.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then she decided to come and study abroad in London.
Yes, I did. So around 2007-ish. This has really nothing to do with me clicking on Megan. I was in Hawaii at the time and they offered good study abroad programs. So I was like, this is my ticket, to get to the UK, basically, just to see what it's like. And so I applied for the study abroad program, and thank God I got in. I would have met Megan. Then 6 months prior to when I arrived, me and Megan started talking loads.
Yeah, so we started messaging like every day, like long messages, and
just kind of getting to know each other, really.
But she was studying in France first, so we trying to meet in Paris, weren't we?
That didn't work out.
No, which is probably good because it worked out. It worked obviously. Out. So it might have all gone wrong if we'd met in Paris. Yes, remember, we sent each other postcards. She sent me one from France, and I went to Portugal on holiday.
She sent me one
from Portugal. Her one from Portugal.
It was funny though, in our messages, we never once flirted with each other. We never let the other one know we liked each other. But at this time, I think I've never had this happen, and I don't know why, but I felt so drawn to Megan, like almost like in love with her, but not quite yet because I never met her. I had a crazy gut feeling. Like, I don't know, I was going to marry her. It was the weirdest thing I've ever experienced. We make plans to meet. Oh, and when was it? September
2008.
Yeah, September
20th or 22nd.
Yeah, 2008. I arrived fresh off the boat from America.
See you, baby. At the time, I was actually studying at Cardiff University, so my home is near London, so I came home for the weekend. We met at Waterloo Station.
Mind you have no idea how much preparation went in, like, grooming. Before I met Megan, I was very nervous as well. I'm, like, terrified.
Yeah, I wasn't really nervous, really, until...
and I'm usually not nervous to meet people, but with Megan, something about her, And before, I was with a group of my friends, my Hawaii people, so Julia, Liz, Christine, Heather, and Sarah. For the program I was on, we were meant to have a day trip in London. Abandoned the day trip and met Megan instead. But I had my friends with me at the time, and they were going to make sure Megan wasn't...
But I didn't know.
I just didn't think it was a big deal. But they were just going to make sure Megan was legit, I'm so nervous. I'm waiting for Megan to arrive at Waterloo. Meanwhile, there's a bar opposite the station called All Bar 1. And my friends and I, we go in, and I downed about 2 or 3 mojitos.
And what time was that?
12.
Like 11, 12 in the morning.
11, 12 in the
Put that out
morning.
there. She doesn't really drink, so it's also put that out there.
And then texts me, or she calls me, and she's like, she's there. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm waiting at the bottom of the stairs, and
She tells me she's waiting.
oh, and I have a group
steps.
of my posse with me. I got my girls.
Yeah,
with
sorry,
me.
I'm thinking I was about to meet one person, and then there she is with a bunch of girls. I was like, oh my goodness. But she said she was at these stairs, and we had miscommunication as to which stairs, because there's 2 different exits in Waterloo. So I walked out one set of stairs, and she was not there. So I was like, okay then.
All that nerve build up for nothing.
Yeah, so I had to walk back in the station, around. You have to walk across a bridge and then down some stairs. So as I came out across the bridge, I could see her for the first time
I could
amongst all these girls.
And she just walked down the stairs.
And I had them downstairs and them all watching me, and I just was like, oh.
She had shorts on, I
kill me now.
remember.
Yeah, it was actually nice and sunny.
Cute.
So I first saw her, and I was like, oh, she's pretty. I could only see her from a distance, and she had her long blonde hair and Ray-Bans on, and a leather jacket maybe. And you look hot.
Thanks, boob. I don't remember what Megan was wearing, but I remember she was on shorts and her legs looked really nice. And she was just, her boobs were
Bam.
bam, which was nice. I was like, and I was never a boob girl until I met Megan.
So I met her friends, and I thought, well, I'm never going to meet these girls again. And then I got to know them really well. And they left us to it. We went for a little wander. And even though I go to London loads, I didn't have a clue where to go.
We were
or
so
where to really
nervous.
go.
We just started
We were just
walking.
like, let's walk. And then
We drank all day pretty much.
we don't even know where we walked. I think we walked into Hyde Park, and we still never been back to where we came across.
So we don't know where it was.
We literally came across like a wooden cabin, I think, in Hyde Park.
And all the places in London, we're in a cabin having a cocktail. And Megan's having an
We
egg
had wine, I
sandwich.
think. Egg sandwich.
And I'm the kind of
hungry.
person, when I'm nervous with like a girl, I can't eat. My appetite is just shot. Like, there's no way. And I was like, how is she eating an egg
I'm
sandwich?
vegetarian. I don't have many options.
I was just thinking, how can
Egg.
she eat right now? Like, I probably should have eaten.
I love
because I was
food.
drinking all day.
Yeah, you should have. You should have eaten. Did we go to Trafalgar Square first, or was that after?
Yeah, square. And we had a picture.
And she deleted, I think, the first picture of us, which
Because
I
I
was
knew
not happy about.
Megan's reputation of photos, and I knew that thing was going to go on MySpace or Facebook, so I was like, retake.
What else we did, boo? Forgotten.
Then we went back to all our
Drinks.
drinks, and we got some food. I had some food in me, finally.
Yeah.
We had hummus, pita bread,
Hummus.
hummus, and some chips. Fries for you American
Fries.
peeps. This time I was really wasted, actually.
But I don't have a clue.
I was keeping my cool, though.
So we headed back to where she was staying at university, and that was Roehampton. We made plans. We were going to go out in London, so with my friend Nick Thacker, and we went back to her halls first, and I saw her friends Julie and Liz, and they came in the room. I don't remember. I went to get ready, and I remember that I specifically went and bought a dress to go out for this night out, and to look good. And she was like, don't know what I'm wearing really. I think I must put this trousers and top on. I was like,
they were tight jeans, and they were not jeans, like they were Miss
To be fair, I
60.
don't like that dress anymore. We'll put a picture. You'll see what we look like
I don't like
throughout the
that.
day. No. But I remember just thinking that I specifically went and thought about what I was going to wear, and she hadn't.
I'm drinking tea, by the way.
Yeah, she's a tea lover. So then we headed back out, and at this point, Whitney was so drunk that she doesn't actually remember leaving, how we got on the train, and I still don't know that she's that drunk.
I really tried so hard to maintain myself.
We went to Clapham, I think, and we met, my friend Nick picked us up in his car.
I don't even remember that.
She doesn't remember it. It's the first time we ever heard Lady Gaga, so he was playing it. We're like, who's this?
I remember that.
And we were like, oh, she sounds cool. We went to
Go
some
first.
random bar. I can't remember where. We went to some random bar with
Yeah.
with his friends. I don't know where. And then Whitney's like, I think I need to be sick.
I said it quietly. I think I'm gonna.
I was like, oh, God damn
But
it.
she doesn't have a clue how much I'd consumed.
Being from America, they don't really drink. So from the age of, I've been at uni for a few years, I drunk every week pretty much back in the day. And she doesn't at all. They're like freshers when they come over, only like 21 or whatever.
I wasn't even able. I was 20.
Yeah,
Couldn't
you were
even
20,
drink in
so she couldn't
America
drink in
yet.
America yet. So no one managed to hold it together. And we go from there, and then we went to Candy Bar. Got there, and this big like butch bouncer was like, do you know what kind of bar this is? And I was like, yeah, a lesbian bar, because we're all lesbians.
He's
I walked
like,
in, and then Nick's like, but not me. No, yeah.
oh yeah.
I've never been to Candy Bar in London. It is tiny, tiny, tiny little
Really?
place.
But it's nice.
And we went, I think we
We're
were
dancing with all the 5 people down
We
there.
were dancing, yeah.
Oh, I forgot to recap. I was so drunk. We were staying over
Yeah.
with Nick, and I don't know what the hell I was thinking. This would never happen, ever. But I forgot my stuff. Like, I just didn't think I needed anything.
As in, stuff to sleep over in, her makeup,
toothbrush,
nothing.
contact, solution, case,
Because I had a bag with me with stuff, and I don't think I even noticed. I don't know whether I noticed you didn't do it. Maybe I thought, oh, you're not going to stay over, you're going to go back. I don't know what I thought was going to happen, but you just didn't take it, so.
I don't know. I just don't understand to myself, like, my junk self. Like, I don't want to carry this around. It'll be fine. Sorry. So we're in the candy bar downstairs dancing with all 5 people. And they're playing Lady Gaga and
Whitney.
Britney.
Well, they weren't playing Gaga yet. They're playing Britney.
And we kind of slow down our dancing. And we're like this. And then, I know.
I remember her head was like just down like this, like most of the time. And I was trying to like kiss her.
I know she was trying to kiss me and I was so like petrified. I don't know why.
Oh no, wait. Also, let's go back a few steps. We were with Nick's friends and I started to hold her hand. So I made the first move in touching. I was holding her hand and one of her friends was like, oh, you're such a cute couple. How long have you been together? We're like, we just met today.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that was pretty funny.
So they called it, actually. So Megan, my head's down. I know she's trying to kiss me, but I'm waiting for that right moment because I knew, like, this is going to happen. So then we kissed. First kiss and it was
first kiss
magical.
Magical.
It was magical. It was magical.
But it had a bit of tongue.
A little bit, yeah. We're not going to do that on camera.
No. What did we do after that? We got a kebab. That was exciting.
I think we got a kebab.
Kebab.
Fast forward. We get back to Nick's. And we actually stayed in his housemate's bedroom who was at his home. So
we never knew who she was.
We don't know who she is.
Bed. Sorry
about that. And then I had to sleep in Nick's clothes.
Yeah, so I think you had a pink t-shirt there.
Pink t-shirt on.
And boxers.
Me and Megan shared a toothbrush.
We did. She had a toothbrush. That's how close we already were.
And then Megan laid on my chest and she goes, oh, cuddles. And then I said, mind you, I've been innocent the whole night.
Very innocent. I thought she was very innocent.
Like, petrified. I guess, I don't know what came over me, but I said, we're going to do more than cuddle. And then we did. And then...
Naughty.
Yeah, we were naughty.
But when I was getting ready for bed, I remember thinking, do not have sex. Do not have sex. You've just met her. Do not have sex. Like, I don't want us just to have sex and then never see each other again.
But we had sex and we saw each other again.
Yeah. That's how it went down. So,
pun intended?
No.
I love Megan. She's the best. And by the way, for those people that say that I'm awkward on camera, well, you're absolutely right.
That's the end of that stuff.
I am awkward on camera. I'm very different in real life.
Love you though.
After that, I return to Roehampton with my Hawaii peeps. And I remember feeling this crazy feeling of sadness. I was excited to be back, and experience what I came to London to experience. But my heart was sad because I had departed from Megan and I didn't understand why I had such strong feelings. I mean, I was saying, first time I said goodbye to my wife.
We then arranged to meet up 2 weeks later, I think it was, in Cardiff. So,
mind you, this is the first time I'm ever getting on, like, a train because I don't come from a world of trains. Everybody drives in America.
That weekend, we basically, remember Whitney saying to me one night that she wanted us to be exclusive.
Oh,
so
I don't remember saying that.
We'd be exclusive. I hadn't said we were official. We just said, yeah, you asked if you wanted to be exclusive.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well done, me.
Yes.
Were you happy that I asked that?
Yes. I wasn't planning on seeing anyone anyway.
So you were happy about it?
No, I was devastated. I didn't want to be exclusive.
I don't like sarcasm.
We went back, I think, to
on the train.
London. I think we texted and then I think you might have just how we became official.
So were we like girlfriends?
I don't actually remember how we became official, but we did. We just were. And that's what happened.
And then the rest is history. Her story. A rash.
I know. What is this? Seeing each other when going back and forth between London and Cardiff, and we never talked about what we're going to do when she had to go back to Hawaii. Like, yeah, so I'll see you in Hawaii.
In 2009, Megan's little pasty self arrives.
So pasty. I'll put a picture in. You'll die how pasty it was. Short hair. I had short blonde hair back then. It was hysterical, really.
Then I arranged for us to go to Turtle Bay.
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend who kind of hooked us up, which is very nice. So we
hooked us up means got her a deal.
Got us a deal. And we had a nice little suite on the top floor, and they set up complimentary champagne, and it was perfect, and it was beautiful, and it was like the best way to start together.
Was we're in the pool, and I hate getting my head underwater. I don't play around. I'm just like being in it, and I said to her, whatever you do not dunk me, because I really don't like it. What did she do? She dunked me.
I'm like,
and I was like, ah! then she learnt a lesson, didn't you?
Yeah.
Never did it again.
I never done it
So
again.
I came out for 3 weeks, didn't I? So
3
that was my
weeks.
first time being in Hawaii, seeing her in her own little environment, being in bikinis and beach dresses and flip-flops every day. It was great.
It's good life.
Loved it.
Good life.
And then I had to leave. So we had a first goodbye, which was in December at London Heathrow, and wasn't it like really early in the morning? So I'd stay with you. I actually got really ill, so my voice was like pretty much gone. I don't know what's wrong with me, flu or something. And I still went, and I think I actually was sick while she was checking in. So we said goodbye, and I was really tearful at that goodbye, but she wasn't, which is really quite funny, because she's been the most tearful one ever. Came to say goodbye in Hawaii. Did you start crying days leading up to it that time as well? So what became a little, I don't know, whatever happened each time I had to leave or we had to depart, she'd cry days leading up to it, whereas I would like to save my tears for the day because I don't want to be emotional every night.
But my heart actually broke into a million pieces. Like, not even broke. It got broken and then, like, stepped on and, like, just someone vomited on it. Okay? It's dramatic.
Okay.
I couldn't cope. Like, I really couldn't cope without Megan in my life. Like, I don't know. She's my soulmate and I love her more than anything.
No, thanks, babe. Love you.
But I got so used to her being in my life. You know, every little, just the mundane things, like going to the grocery store, just driving around with her Starbucks.
Exactly. It's the thing you do when you're long distance, because you might not have ever been in that person's place before, and then all of a sudden,
waking up together in the
you're
morning.
used to them being in your bed, in your room. So
went out to eat, ordering pizza.
Everywhere you go then reminds you of them, and it's really hard.
So yeah, she tainted everything.
Tainted, that's the word.
I guess.
Because I'm obsessed with water, by the way, as you can tell. I drink it a lot, get really thirsty. And so I left my water bottle in her car.
With the lid open. So I was just like, ah! It just set off tears. And I remember calling my mom, just crying like I had lost someone. I returned back to the UK in the summer of 2009.
Yeah, so then we started about every 3 months, I guess. We did back and forth.
Yeah, we never ever went longer than 3 months. And you know what? For the record, we were not rich. Like,
no way.
I
mean, I was a student. And
I was too.
Working as well. But
and I was working a part-time job.
just used all our money, basically. To see.
If you really love someone and you're committed, if you want it bad enough, you'll figure out a way.
Exactly, you'll make it work.
And we earned a lot of air miles as well, going back and forth.
Yeah, that helps. So, thanks, American now.
4 years we were long distance, and we never went 3 months apart. And many times we.
But it was still a big fat to do long distance. Let's be honest, it was hard.
It was the hardest
It was
thing
actually
I've
really
ever
hard.
had to do. So I think it was harder on me.
But we had 11-hour time difference, and we would try and communicate as much as possible. We'd like message each other out for the day, like do a massive Facebook message. I remember, because we couldn't talk in the day, so we'd say, "Oh, what anyway." We were going off on a complete tangent. Yeah. Obviously, we did long distance for 4 years. Last year we had our civil partnership.
Yep.
And now, and Whitney is now also living in the UK with me, so we are no longer doing.
And the moral of the story is, I wouldn't have met Megan.
No, the moral of the story is you never know who you're gonna.
You never know who you're gonna find. So if you're feeling down or depressed, you just don't know what's around the corner.
We both really badly wanted to find, a girlfriend and for them to be feminine, and we both
so
struggled
hard.
to do so.
I was with a lot of straight girls, who would mess with my head, and it wasn't pretty. So you know who you are.
So that's us. That's Wegan. That's our story. And now that we're living together, life is good, but we still update you. Keep you updated as to what Wegan is doing.
But we did it, so we conquered it.
So for anyone doing long distance, it does work. You can do it. It's just.
And we had all the odds against us. We had every single thing against us. She just moved to the UK easily, and she couldn't move to be with me. We had literally everything against us.
And that's the story of how we met.
Maybe one day we'll tell you the story of how we had kids.
I love her. She loves me. We're a
happy family.
Love you, baby.
Love you too. Signing off now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.